What's up, y'all? Can't come back. About to go out for a quick little exercise, get my neighborhood or my roll around the neighborhood. And all things are coming to alignment, all things are coming together. This is one of the first days. This is the first day I woke up not feeling like not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to like force myself out of bed this morning, I hopped to it. But still, today's task is a little bit grueling. And let me know in the comments if things are never as bad as you make them out to be in your head before you actually do them. Because today, I had came to the realization that I need to start clean over from scratch. With my music, with my content, with my channel, my platform, everything regarding King Comeback. I said this in another video, that sometimes one step back could possibly mean two or an infinitesimal amount of steps forward. You know, with that being said, don't hesitate, and that's what I'm doing right now, and that's why I'm doing this workout. I'm hesitating to go back that one step because I realize how much work that involves and how much entails. You know what I'm saying? And I might procrastinate a little bit, you know, just trying to assess the situation so I don't dive head in, biting off more than I could chew and stuff like that, because I've done that in the past. But regardless, you just got to dive in there and get work done. You know what I'm saying? One step at a time. It might be an elephant of a task, or it might be an elephant's weight in tasks that I got to do, but I got to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? And what's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So just taking it back one step at a time, one task at a time. We're going back to the beginning of King Comeback, the debut song, BYT. Yeah, because I realized that I didn't do my due diligence. I talk about being excited and being proud, but I wasn't proud of that song. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? It felt like it came from a place of anger, hurt, and all that stuff, but that's no different than a lot of Ride Wave songs. And a lot of songs that are popular now, they come from these dark places, but that's how you turn, that's how you get a diamond out of a rough. That's what I was looking for. That's how you turn pressure into diamonds, because all the pressure I went through with rejection, people sleeping on me, doubting me, treating me less than I deserve, all that pressure made that song. And I felt as though, because I felt as though I was coming out sounding butthurt on the song, when in actuality, I was just expressing myself, no different than any other artist out there. I was just being self-conscious. So, with that being said, now that I admitted that, where I messed up, I can make correction. And what I can do now is take that step back with confidence, because BYT is a good song. If you think so, let me know in the comments. Because until recently, I didn't even like that song that much. And I said it to people, and they're like, wow, that song is dope. That song is a banger. Coalition loved it. Coalition DJs loved it. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, people, they start off not knowing the song, but by the end of my performance, they're chanting it. So what's my problem? What was holding me back? It's my own perceptions, my own self-limiting beliefs. And I had to get those out. So just admitting it is the first step. The second step is going back with grand, massive, and rapid action to correct the mistakes. And then after that, it's just to keep on stepping in that direction, that new direction that you created. Because perspective ain't nothing but your angle on life. And your angle of attack, or your angle of approach, has a lot to do with how you navigate anything. Imagine a plane that takes off on the runway at a 30-degree angle. They're not taking off on the runway no more. They're taking off the grass or something like that. So, that being said, definitely determines attitude. Hey, how you doing? Hey, attitude determines altitude, but your perspective determines your destination. And that's just real. If all you seeing is murder, death, kill, dope, that's where you're gonna be headed. If all you see is prosperity, peace, life, and light, that's where you're gonna be headed. Because that's your perspective. You know what I'm saying? You could kill a bad situation with a good perspective. You know how many bad situations I done walked into, smile, came out on top? Because one, God loves a cheerful giver, and God cherishes those who voluntarily suffer. And I voluntarily suffered for this. Like me going back a step to redo the release to BYT, redo the release to So Sexy, we do the release to See Some, Senorita, King Shit, Regulator, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be grueling. And it's a sacrifice. It's gonna be suffering to go back in time. A lot of people not willing to do that. Go back to square one, start from scratch. I was listening to one of my favorite people the other day, Steve Harvey, talking about how he had to do the exact same thing several times. How he had to constantly reinvent himself. And I'm just looking at him, and you know, the Steve Harvey we all know today, as he looks today, was not the Steve Harvey I grew up with. I grew up with Stay So Fro Steve Harvey, who had the perfect, and not perfect, afro. You know what I'm saying? Didn't bounce or behave. That bitch just stayed there in this perfect shape. 360 degrees of African American glory. And I used to love seeing that motherfucker on the old Steve Harvey show. He played as a teacher, a music teacher, but I really love seeing him perform on Def Jam, on Def Comedy Jam, because that's like my true introduction. That's the world's true introduction to getting to know Steve Harvey. And he's always been an immensely funny guy. And when comedy wasn't panning out for him, he switched to movies. When the movie money maybe started to dry up or wasn't as consistent, he switched to TV. You know what I'm saying? Or switched back to TV, I should say. Because I swear he got his role on the Steve Harvey show on the work of his hey, how you doing? On the work of his days in Def Comedy Jam, because he was a funny dude. That's how Cedric the Entertainer also got his start, on Def Comedy Jam. And they paired together so well that he ended up being a co-star on the show, along with other cast members. I can't think of their names right now, but you know, shout out to them. But even them, they had to reinvent themselves so that they could appear in different roles outside of the typical black sitcom. And that could be the difference in their careers. The fact that the other castmates didn't reinvent themselves. But I digress. This is turning into a rolling rant. But one step back, two steps forward. I'm working out because, one, it's important to work out 4 or 5 times a week for a guy. Especially keeps your testosterone high, and it keeps your heart pumping healthy. And so having an ample amount of cardio, it helps to make sure your heart health is on point, and it helps you in the bedroom too. A lot of people don't know that. Like in my age, around early mid-30s, dudes start dealing with erectile dysfunction, or ED. You know what I'm saying? Not able to stay erect as long, or you're not even able to stay or get erect. And so, and a lot of times that has to do with, sometimes it has to do with the equipment itself, but a lot more times it has to do with your heart and your lungs, because you gotta understand, penis is just a sack full of blood that fills up with blood. It's pretty much a balloon that fills up with blood. It's mostly blood, and blood is mostly water. So if you ain't been drinking good water, your erection quality is gonna go down. If you haven't been fasting, that's just something that's gonna happen, because you need time for the arteries to heal and your digestive tract to heal, so that you can have the proper blood flow to support an erection. You can have the proper microbiome to produce testosterone to drive your erections further. Because your parasympathetic or your sympathetic nervous system, I forget which one, will give you an erection just when you're excited enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I get erections when I'm just excited about anything. You know what I'm saying? I happen to be with a girl, that's one thing. Yeah, I'm excited, but like I could be having stimulating conversation with virtually anybody and get some type of erection, because I'm my sympathetic or parasympathetic nervous system is taking over, and it's taking that excitement and it's channeling it into a erection, because it don't know, you know what I'm saying, it don't know what else to do, like paralyzed, so the signals is all messed up. So it's gonna send that for whatever reason, it sends it straight to my dick. You know what I'm saying? So, but it also is a good indication of penile health, just having random erections and stuff like that, because that's what it's designed to get hard, penetrate, and spread seed. That's what it's designed to do. So if it can't do that much, your heart in the first place, then you're not going to be able to deliver seed effectively. You know, if you're not continuously pushing out seed, so your testicles can regenerate the seed, then that seed is going to remain stagnant. You know what I'm saying? That's how you end up getting bad sperm. So you got to make sure that you ejaculate on a regular basis too. I ain't saying go all crazy with it and be jacking off and even trying to fuck every day. A man of 30 probably shouldn't be trying to ejaculate every day. A man of 30 probably should have a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A man of 30 should have a little bit more business for himself, and his focus shouldn't be fucking unless his business is done. And that's usually at the end of the day. And one a day is cool. You know what I'm saying? That's your treat at the end of the day, but basing your life, or you know, the majority of your day in the pursuit of sex, I don't think it's healthy. It creates addiction for sex, and then it no, I just don't think it's healthy, because like you create sex addiction and then you limiting how people can interact with you. You can meet a badass broad, talking about multi-millionaire willing to invest in your brand company, but all you focus on the sex. You gonna scare her clean out the door. You ain't gonna get no money, no pussy, none of that shit. So I like just talking to people a lot of times just to see where they head at, and even if we can make a good sexual match, because like dick and pussy go together like PB and J. You can't keep them motherfuckers away from each other. But like, I'm not finna go there and go through the motions with somebody who I feel as though not gonna be there in the long run. There isn't gonna be a good fit in that puzzle that I was talking about in another video. You know what I'm saying? It might be another puzzle piece to another puzzle that I gotta create down the line, but right now the bigger picture I'm creating is my career, my rap career, my YouTube career, my entrepreneur career. So I'm finding pieces, I'm only focused on pieces that fit within that bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Social, you know what I'm saying? Like the social influence, or being a part of, you know what I mean? Like being a social butterfly, that bigger picture, or having social influence or social impact, that part of the picture, I'm not there yet. So I'm not worried about that puzzle so much, you know what I'm saying? So she might fit into that puzzle like on the social level, my social puzzle, but I'm focused on money. So I'm looking for people that's gonna fit into that money puzzle. Bigger picture, that is these M's. But at the same time, if all you focus on is money, like I was at the same time, you're gonna miss the people who just wanna enjoy your company. If you focus on money all the time, you're gonna get people who only want you for your money. Say you out and you looking for business partners and you meet you a bad one, and she giving you that eye like, get your ass over here now type shit, and you're not paying attention to the signs because you're so focused on money, or you're so focused on your task at hand. I'm talking about almost missed a baddie. I'm talking about just trying to get new listeners, trying to get new followers and stuff like that. I ain't mean nothing by trying to holler, because you know, like that's a distraction for me on some levels. Like, they're women, yeah, they fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to get up in the guts, but at the same time, my following, it has, you know what I'm saying, ain't hitting right now. Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, my following ain't hitting, so I can care less about a date right now, because I'm really trying to build my following. So yeah, while these women are bad and while I be wanting to tear the guts up, a lot of times I just focus on adding them to my numbers as far as social media, somebody else who could come out and be part of the section when I do go out. I'm saying stuff like that. And one time I was so focused on that it was this talking about bad Latina chick with the fattest ass I've ever seen on anybody. Maybe not anybody, but I'm talking about, she was just giving me time, energy. Just like, you know, yeah, that's cool and all, but would you want to hang out? And I'm like, hell yeah. So we hung out, like only hung out one time, but you know, ain't nothing come of it. But at the end of the day, shout out to you, Josephine, if you're watching this right now. What the hell you been at? What kind of bullshit is that? You was speaking perfect English when we first met. The last time we talked, you was on the no habla español, no habla inglés type bullshit. I'm like, all right, bitch. Be that way. But anyway, I digress. That's the, you know, one of the many reasons why BYT exists in the first place. So with that being said, I'm not ashamed of that song. I'm very much proud of that song because I was able to turn my life experiences, all that rejection, frustration, anger, you know what I'm saying, into a banger. You know what I'm saying? Turn your anger into a banger. That's my new motto from now on. Turn that anger into a banger. Because 9 times out of 10, actually I know 10 times out of 10, other people have been through the same shit. Everybody had been played by somebody who they had their eyes on. Everybody been slept on. Everybody been doubted, counted out, or stepped on and shit like that, taken advantage of. And but not everybody has come back to tell the tale. Not everybody comes back doing better than the people who tried to shit on them. Not everybody could take that and turn it into a multi-million streaming song or a multi-million-dollar project. A lot of people don't know how to turn their losses. You know what I'm saying? Because I done took some L's. You know, just like the song say. He thought I wasn't gonna take it there because I'm in this chair. And a lot of times people don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? They don't wanna give us the credit or the acknowledgement, treatment that we deserve because we disabled and shit like that. It's not a whole lot. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's not a whole lot we could do for ourselves. There's plenty we could do for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing we have issues with is stairs, and it's just the stigma and associated with, one, people having to look down on you physically, literally. Like, I sit at 4 feet. Average human is about 5'5". So yeah, they gotta look down on me. It's hard to look up to people you look down on. And then humans, like a lot of other predatory species on this planet, are attracted by movement. There's not a whole lot of movement that comes with a sedentary lifestyle, let alone being in a wheelchair. You know, so this is just not attractive to a lot of people in general. So that puts us in a space where people not paying you as much attention. And with that being said, they're not paying attention to a lot of things, not just everything you are in your best moments, because you gotta understand, when you see us out in our wheelchair dressed up and shit, that's us at our best. We dressed, we clean, you know, and we ate fed, ain't depressed or got any emotional hang-ups about what happened to us. When you see us out in public, that's us at our best. That's us trying our absolute best to live with what people call normal lives, just to not get treated like normal people. You know what I'm saying? With just some bullshit. So, and that's another reason why that song exists. Be a unifying factor and a rally call for people and disabilities, people who've been did dirty by society, they loved ones, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a rally call. You know what I'm saying? I had to change my perspective on that song, because if I didn't, I said earlier in the video, that song wasn't going on nowhere. It ain't had no perspective. It ain't had no true destination, because my perspective of it was that it wasn't gonna make it nowhere to begin with, and that's exactly where it made it, nowhere. So now that my perspective's changed, I realized that it's a banger. It's the banger that it is. Oh, it's gonna go up through there. It's going straight to the moon. It's going straight to the next galaxy. It's going straight to the next universe, and all the other parallel ones next to that. So you just gotta have that perspective, that mentality, that confidence about yourself. If you want to see any of your projects or any aspect of you grow and flourish and be accepted by the masses, you got to accept it yourself. And that's one thing I didn't accept. I didn't accept that song. I didn't accept that part of me, the hurt side of me, you know, and the side of me that got rejected, the side of me that was angry. You know what I'm saying? Because people tried to play me, cast me to the side because I'm in a wheelchair and shit. But that's exactly that side, and that's exactly that perspective that's fueling me forward. It giving me the grit I need to keep pushing myself, not just up this hill, but through life. Because the bitch you thought is strong in me today, because you thought I couldn't get this shit back cracking. Bitch, you thought I couldn't fuck it up in Magic. I've never been to Magic City, but it's on the radar. I'm gonna be able to throw my first 1,000 in Magic City, not give a fuck. Within 30 days, I claim it and I shall receive it. As I get to the top of this hill, I let all the work that I put in carry me down to my destination. Can you hear me? But yeah, but I digress. I'm getting back into the groove of being an artist, and now that I know what that means, I know what that entails, I know what that looks like. So that being said, I gotta go ahead and take this one step back so I can make an infinite amount of steps forward, because we are infinite and you can't limit yourself to anything, any idea, any one person, any one place. I'm from Stone Mountain, Georgia, but I plan to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, they're not from Hollywood, but they took wherever they came from and their perspectives, and they made it to their final destination, which was on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is where I plan to go, because I'm a star. I'm a motherfucking star, and you are too. And so if you're watching this, you've been watching this, go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment if any of this resonated with you. I know I hit on a bunch of different topics and stuff like that, from being in alignment to go, you know, taking one step back to make multiple steps forward, erectile dysfunction and stuff like that, the importance of working out. And another importance of working out is getting rid of negative emotions. I said this in another video. A lot of times we're bogged down by negative emotions, and these have a biological component. You know what I'm saying? Being your hormones and your neurotransmitters that literally govern every action and behavior that your body does. So even if you don't feel like doing something, that's be boiled down to hormonal and neurotransmitter function, and even enzymatic function. But I'm not going to get into enzymes and the microbiome and how that affects your psyche. But let's just focus on hormones and neurotransmitters like dopamine, you know, serotonin, melatonin. You know what I'm saying? These are some neurotransmitters, and then some hormones like testosterone.